Passport bros?
What is a passport bro?
Okay, passport bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible and Western women don't want to be wives that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
That's like which countries?
Southeast Asia, the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Okay, so they're instead of ordering out, instead of using stamps.com.
Yes, and bringing them here, they're like, we want to get out.
It feels more expensive, but...
It is. And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men like film themselves with these women and like show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. Yeah, passport bros. Because Western women are so bad.
Did not know about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I'm here.
Interesting. I mean, I did marry a woman from abroad. I mean, she's been in America since she was 12, but still, she's Israeli. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're like a reverse passport bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she came here and she got citizenship, so.
You didn't import her?
I did not import my wife, no.
Make that very clear.
See, the passport bros ain't nothing but the repackaged strategy.
No, y'all always get it wrong. Everyone, especially the women. The white men started it all. It was black men and white men. It was World War II. Black men and white men. When we joined the war, the black men and the white men got a taste of the world. White men and black men went to all these other countries, all over Europe and all over Asia, and they found these beautiful, gorgeous women that were so much better than the American women. Yes, you got me right. We found out back then that the other side of the world had better women. That's when we first found out. And now, every war since then, every time an American leaves America, they find a better woman. Every time. No matter if he travels just for fun or he travels for whatever he's traveling for, he always finds a better woman somewhere else. Every time a man travels, he finds a better woman. No matter if it's war, no matter if it's travel, no matter, it's happened always throughout history. Black and white. Now, predominantly in World War II, it was Italy. The black men, they just made a movie about it like a few years back. It was the black men in Italy. These black men fought in Italy in their own battalions. And when these Italian women were happy to just be saved by anyone, they married these black men. These black men brought these Italian women home. Black men brought Asian women home. Black men were doing it back then, and black men and white men have been doing it in every war since. Please do your research before y'all say ignorant stuff.
Let me get this.
You stupid.
You have been telling men for years that you don't want them, that you don't need them, that they don't meet your standards, that they don't treat you right. That you can pay for your own hair, you can pay for your own nails, you can afford your own home, you can afford your own car. Men are good for nothing. You're strong, you're independent. But then you get mad when these men go to another country to actually find a woman that has the qualities that they are looking for in a wife. Make it make sense. To talk about why this mindset that so many Western women have is actually extremely problematic. Because not only are you putting down the men who are going overseas with pure intentions, you're also putting down the women from these other countries solely off of the fact that they were not brought up in a Western culture. Because you're calling them uneducated, you're calling them poor, you're calling them weak, you're calling them vulnerable. You're creating a superiority complex where you are at the top and women from all these other countries are at the bottom. Now let me tell you something. If you were really superior, the men would not be leaving, and you would not be single.
Jacob, come, gentlemen, let us reason together. I'm starting to see a growing trend of women wanting to copy passport bros and want to get, the passport, travel abroad, find a husband, and have that happily ever after. Problem is, it doesn't work that way. In fact, saw a video where a woman was saying, hey, listen, where are all the passport bros? But she meant men from other countries coming here to get American women. That's not gonna happen. You see, the mascot for the modern American woman is not very good. It's not a very good outlook for men around the world. You see, they see what we deal with, and they don't like what they see. For the most part, right? We're talking about the modern American woman. We're not talking about the traditional woman, but they have tradition in the country that they're in. And now let's look at this logically. The women, you say that the American men are broke and dusty and undesirable and all that, and they don't have any money and stuff like that. But the average American man makes more than the average man in these other countries. So when you go to these other countries like, you know, Caribbean or any third world or developing countries, the average American man, you know, he can make 40, 50 grand and he can still be in the top 10% in another country. Now, if you go to a country, a westernized country, you go to Canada, UK, etc., you're going to get the exact same results, right? And some of the men over there are passport bros. They want to get away from their modern women. Now, let's look at the results. So when we look at these stories, we see the women that go to these other countries and all of a sudden they have, you know, a girl trip, you know, have a little fun weekend, stuff like that. But that's all you're going to get. Okay, a man who's willing to go to Pound Town, that's nothing new. That's okay. But can you get a husband? Can you retain a husband, right? So you get with these other guys, they don't make as much as the American men. That's no slight, okay? We're just talking about their economic scale. But so now you're with someone who makes less than the men that you're calling broke and dusty. But then if you do happen to find a foreign man of means, then why would he want you? Why would he want a modern woman when he can get a submissive one, when he can get one that's young, feminine, fit, friendly? You can't duplicate the same results. You're not on the same scale. Your best option are the men here in America. And how's that going for you? Gentlemen, save yourself, increase your value, protect your seed, pursue your purpose.
So men are saying they're getting their passport because there aren't enough fit, feminine, and friendly women to choose from. And instead of looking in the mirror and asking ourselves if we would make great wives to these men, we would much rather shame them and guilt them into staying with our mediocre asses. Ma'am, if you're not fit, feminine, or friendly, then you're not what these men want. Shut your ass and go to the gym. Like, do we see how toxic we are?
Now, I have to fully agree with that beautiful queen, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I'm worried the way y'all bitches are is because I know I have a lot to offer. I might have tattoos, I might look a certain way, but that's fine. I love when people judge me. I eat that shit the fuck up. You know why? Because when they meet me, it's a total opposite. I'll take care of you, I'll cook for you, I'll nurture you, I'll love you. I still got a mouth on me, you know, but I still have a lot of characteristics and good family traits that I got from my grandmother. So, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. I just hate that there's women on these apps, especially the ones that scream, I'm independent, I don't need a man, get away from me, perv, weirdo, all that, and all the women who said, I hate men. Why do you guys have a big mouth about this? Why do you care? You were the same women that were bitching and complaining about men to get the fuck away from you, and now that they want nothing to do with you, and they want to go somewhere else where they're being loved, cherished, sucked, and fucked. You guys are literally convulsing from your fucking throat. Calm down. I'm not understanding what you're mad about. You wanted this. Now write it out, baby. Now tell me that this isn't sick. I feel as though modern Western women are sick in the head. Not all. And follow me. The reason why I say that is because time and time you guys have pushed men away. You guys have said you don't want men around you. You categorize all men as much as you can. Cool. You guys got it. Got what you wanted. But the fact that men are going overseas or out of the country to find love, that bothers you guys. Think about how sick that makes you as a person. Why would it bother me to have somebody go get love, to go enjoy themselves and be somewhere they're cherished and wanted? Isn't that what the goal is for everybody in this world? I might come off as misogynistic, a pick me, all that, but I still want you ladies to have love. I still want you guys to be cherished and loved and not get hurt and abused. Just because I don't say that doesn't mean I don't think that. But the fact that there's women out here who don't want that for men, that just says a lot about you as a person. And that's exactly why men are leaving. Look how evil you guys are. The one thing about me is I feel like a lot of women don't get this. There's a confidence I have, and it has nothing to do with looks. I know I can cook. I know I'm nurturing. I know I have all those qualities that my grandma gave me. So when it comes to men, it's easy for me in that department because I know men to the T. A lot of women don't. So ladies, if you want to stand out and you're worried about these guys leaving, instead of getting scared and being bitter about that, why don't you change yourself? Work out. Be the best version of yourself. Learn to cook from scratch. Learn to be nurturing. Get some fucking therapy. Stop sitting here and wondering why they're leaving. Look at yourself and say, why are they leaving these type of women? They wouldn't leave if we were traditional. They wouldn't leave if we had loyalty and loved them. Really think about that.